I'm shaking. You cannot do that to me.
Like,
please.
why? You're not the victim in this. Just off. Like, go throw your tantrum. Like,
the reason she's crying and the reason she's throwing a tantrum is because she got caught, man. You know, when they play victim, that's what they're gonna do. You know, at the end of the day, when they're cheating on you, man, they don't want to get caught. They want to leave you when the time is right. When that man is ready to commit to her, whatever it might be, they wait to leave you until it's time when they're ahead. And I'm telling you right now, the best thing you could do is walk away. The best thing you could do is respect yourself and go find the Lord. Go find the Lord, man. I'm telling you right now, it's the best thing I ever did for myself. Find God. Get up. Hey, you know what? I'm not doing this with you anymore. I'm gonna pray for you. I hope the best for you, but I'm not gonna sit in this storm anymore. You know, I'm not gonna choose to be here anymore. Get up and grind. Go to the gym. Use your pain to motivate you to become a tank, man. And you can do it. I promise you. I believe in you. You don't gotta be put in these situations. You don't gotta be dealing with these toxic women. You don't gotta do it, man. What you gotta do is just get up and become better. Don't sit in toxicity. Don't sit in drama. Stay focused. Stay on your grind. Stay on your purpose, man.
Can't be the only one who has to turn around on RDLs if a man is right behind me. What about like 100,000 men that you just posted this to see online? Is it only bad if the man is there in person watching you work out naked? And then at the end of your video, you just like casually turn to make sure everybody can see full ass in the video. Don't act like you're ashamed. You have no shame. Don't act like you don't want people to see this when you're posting it online. Like, are you aware that the stuff that you post online is public? 50% of your content is your ass, but you're worried about guys seeing it in the gym. You're posting it online. You're getting hundreds of thousands of views. I don't understand the thought process here. Like, if you're worried about people looking at your ass, why don't you wear more clothes?
Me and my ex-wife, we got into an argument over the phone, the mother of my 2 daughters. And she let something slip that made me question, is the first kid I had with her my actual daughter? So when I go and get my kids, all of them together, all 3, I took them to Charlotte and we got the DNA test. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, come back, find out the first kid I had with her while I was in high school was never mine to begin with. And I just had my other kid with her, right? The one that really is mine. That was a rough time. What's the worst thing a woman could do? To me, that's the worst thing you could do. And she did it because she knew I was going in the military. I made the decision I was going. Now that I know the truth that this kid isn't mine, I almost had a little bit of relief that I can probably let this part of my life go. And also child support. The sadness that hit me was the fact that she's not mine now. When I get my daughter, watching her watch me take her sister now, and not her. The first few years, I still took her, but I knew at some point I'm gonna have to not. Her dad's gonna want time and all this stuff. But the first time I got her, after the fact, I asked her, did your mom tell you something about what's going on with us? And she said, Mom said that you don't want to be my dad anymore. And I was like, here we go. So I got a battle list. And then trouble started happening between me and her that I just had to let it go. We still talk today, but it's just sad what I had to deal with.
The sweet man who speaks kindly to me, who's very gentle with me, who enjoys making me happy, seeing me smile makes him smile, who's very intentional, who likes date nights, who likes to buy me things just because he thought of me and said, you know what, I think she would like this. I want him. And I don't know why y'all try to put a label on this type of man, a man that actually loves women. I don't know why y'all labeled it as a simp. But I don't give a damn what y'all call him. Simp, walk with a limp. I want him. Okay, so I don't know where this title of simp came from, trying to make other men feel lesser than for liking women and treating them right. Specifically their girlfriend or their wife. They're treating the woman in their life like the queen that she should be to them. He's a simp. Well, guess what? I want every simp in my DMs. Today.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, and I think that you know that. It's one thing to treat a woman right and to give her things, to buy her things, to take her places, so on and so forth. The relationship between a simp and a woman is not equal. It's not an equal relationship. So say, for instance, if Klay Thompson were to buy Meg Thee Stallion, I don't know, a car. She didn't need to buy him a car back to keep everything on equal footing, But maybe she does a lot of stuff around the house for Clay. Like I think she cooked for his family. I think for the holidays or something like that. She cooked for his family, and I think from what the video that I saw, she actually put it down. I ain't gonna lie, right? So it's doing stuff like that for your partner, where he says, "Hey man, I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for taking care of me. Here's a car to show my appreciation." Or, "Let me take you out. Let me take you on a trip to show my appreciation. Hey, I appreciate you taking me on a trip. I really like that. Let me show my appreciation by making sure the house is clean." Now, just using as an example, Meg ain't gonna clean that whole house. the house that Klay Thompson had, she not gonna clean her house. She not gonna clean his. It's too big, right? But hire somebody and make sure you manage that process and make sure the whole thing is clean, right? I make sure the lawn is done. He probably got that on autopilot, but I make sure that's done for him. I just take care of him. I make sure the linens are clean. Everything is put back in its proper place. He's got a dog. I make sure the dog is walked. I do little things for him to let him know that I care about him. I support him and I'm taking care of him. Y'all don't do that with simps. Y'all just sit there and receive. Thank you, baby. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. What are you going to be doing for him? What does he get in return? Number one. Number two, a lot of these simps are not even in relationships. Y'all won't even give them a relationship. All of the stuff that they do for you, y'all won't even give them an official title. Y'all still dating other men. Y'all are still messing around with other dudes. Yes, he's a simp because he keeps on wasting his resources on the likes of you. That's a stupid move. That's a bad investment, dude. Stop doing it. Save your money. She does not care about you. She's not going to give you even so much as a McDonald's large fries. She's not going to even buy you any fries. She don't care about you. And this is why we are telling men, don't do it. Stop doing it. Save your money. Go do something else. Be more productive. Put it into a business, an account that's going to grow, whatever it is. But stop spending it on a woman that is not going to reciprocate your energy.
See this? It's a great example of a pick-me, a princess treatment, but it really should be the other way around. Like, he should be feeding her and treating her like a princess. And that's what's wrong with this society lately.
That's why you're single. Shut it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's okay to like your husband. It's okay to not hate all men. It's okay to want to take care of him. It's okay to want to do nice things for him. It's okay to uplift his name in public instead of tearing him down in front of all your girlfriends. It's okay to be obsessed with him. It's okay to want to be around him 24/7. It's okay to want to treat him with respect.
Did it ever just randomly hit you, if you're married and happily in love, that you're one of the lucky ones that gets to go through life with a best friend and with a lover? Like, sometimes I get these outer body experiences where I realize how lucky I am to.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but why are we normalizing getting rich to take care of broke who don't got goals, no ambitions, and nothing going on for themselves? They just waiting at home, waiting on your call to come pick them up. That's what you call a parasitic relationship. Like, I know I wouldn't want to know that's available 24/7. And one other thing, why are we normalizing seeing a who got they together and they want to leech off her because they don't got their own together? Now they moving to her house. Now they plotting on her. Now they sucking the life. Now they draining the funds away from her, becoming a liability to her assets. The same thing that goes with them taking care of broke. They're literally a liability to your assets, everything that you built. How the are y'all gonna come together and grow when the other person is not even contributing? She's being a parasite. She or he is being a parasite. Stop normalizing that shit. Stop.
What are some things you like to do for fun?
Fitness.
Okay.
Fitness is very, very important.
Then it's just like the fitness statement. I know I'm not the most fit person. I'm not the most fit person, but I've dealt with that in the past. And when I work out with a lot of women, they can't keep up with me in the gym. But they want this, they really want somebody to just look fit that ain't really like got the stamina. I got the stamina. And when something I judge about women, not judging, I know you got your waist trainer on, so I can't really tell your fitness level. But the little, right there, that's gonna tell it every time. So like you ain't all that fit to be saying you need somebody to be fit like that. I just gotta keep it real.
And now, is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, and why not?
The lips and the fact that you said that you're not into fitness. So fitness is, to me, is not about the look. You can be slim or you can look fit and you're unhealthy. So fitness is not a look. It's you caring about yourself. I want to address the waist trainer because it was so funny back there. They asked me if I had on a waist trainer. I have no waist trainer on.
Oh, my bad.
No waist trainer.
I'm just used to
and my brows are not drawn on. These are my brows.
My bad. It's still not my type. My bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Respected.
Mm-hmm.
It's respected. It's just like the perception. I just want to clear the perception of.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you. That
Already,
looks like
yeah,
I have a waist trainer on.
I thought it was. You
Thank
snatched, you heard me? I
Yeah,
thought it was
no,
a waist trainer. So I'm like, women be like really
No.
killing us about that, but like, you 25 minutes, you pooping out, and I'm still going. I done dealt with it. I mean, fine, bad things.
No,
but
I know what you mean. Once they take it off, it's like the stuff is like,
You ain't got no type of endurance, so it's like, yeah, that's crazy.
First things first, I want to give her some credit for handling herself because she could have violated him. Now let's talk about this fat ass ninja. Guys, I'm totally fine with y'all having standards. I'm always going to advocate for that. But if you're going to sit here and judge a woman's body and her fitness, you better have it together. You better not be built like flats off a SpongeBob. You better not be built like you ain't had a fruit since high school. You better not be built like your diet consists of Hennessy and lean. That's it. And what y'all don't realize is the fitness worlds know when you want some BS. We know you don't work out. We know you're not fit. You're not fooling people who go to the gym. I can't tell you the amount of times people try to convince me that they fit or convince my friends or moms or clients that they fit. We know, we can see that belly. And for some reason, men think that they only got to make money, they ain't got to be fit. Listen, in 2026, we're going to get that out the window. If you looking sloppy built and you a grown man, we shaming you for it. It is what it is. You know I'm going to tell the truth and you know I got to go.
You got to be careful, man. You going out there talking reckless. You got to be careful. We all do it, but he just got caught in 4K.
Spanish women, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. The daddy wasn't. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. Now a Spanish girl is raised to serve. They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, that's a damn good. He got his own. I like him, Shirley.
Bro, yo, my boy Bun. I got a question for you, bro.
Let's go.
So I just got married. International Players Anthem was actually my wedding walkout song. But I'll keep it G, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a player. Now, I'm trying to walk the straight line and avoid the gun line. What type of advice would you give me on being a solid husband and to try to do right type?
No, I love that question. He asked the right questions to the right guy, didn't he?
Oh my God, he didn't even know what our conversation was going to be today.
I love this. I'm going to need you by the beginning of the year to get yourself to a place where you can leave your phone with your wife for the weekend.
How do you get there?
The first thing is you shouldn't have the numbers in the phone anyway if you're married. You should have done this before. But let's say you don't want to be tempted anymore. That's not going to happen. You're going to be tempted. You're going to find women that are prettier than your wife. You're going to find women that are built better than your wife, but they're not going to protect you. They're not going to love you in the way that your wife does. And basically what you're going to have to do is try to teach and train somebody to love you in the way that somebody already does. It's not worth it, bro. If you loved her enough to marry her and to give her your last name in front of all those people and God Almighty, the least you can do is keep your phone and your life clean. If you have any women in your life, my brother, now's the time. Get it done. And I hope your wife is watching because she needs to do it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder.
She needs to do it too because the idea is not just leaving the phone at home. You should be in a marriage where y'all can trade phones. And if somebody calls her phone for her, you can tell them she has your phone and vice versa.
You are going to be tempted when you're in a relationship. You're going to be tempted. Some people like to think, okay, well, if I'm in a relationship with someone that I love and I get tempted by either attention, validation, or someone else, that means I'm with the wrong person. No, it doesn't. It means you're a human being. Welcome. Part of our responsibilities as individuals within a relationship with someone else is to know how to manage our temptation. And the best way to manage temptation is to not put yourself in a situation where you are tempted. Okay. Now, the temptation for men is very different than what temptation is for women. Men are tempted by easy sexual access for other women. Women are tempted by attention and validation from other men. So as a man, if you're in a happy relationship or you're married, you should not be spending any one-on-one time with another woman who is not your wife or a blood relative. Right? With very few exceptions. And as a woman, if you are with a man that you love, you should not be putting yourself in scenarios where you can be getting a lot of validation and attention from other men. Don't do it. Both people have a responsibility to protect the relationship. And that's not just from other people, but it's also from ourselves. We cannot sit here and pretend that we are these awesome saints. And so we have to be our own parent and give ourselves guardrails because we have something worth doing it for.
Talk to them. And men are giving advice like this every day, all day. But because modern women don't want to hear it, they want to believe that men are lonely, men are stupid, men they cheat, they want to do the wrong thing. They don't listen to this. Thank you, Bun. Thank you, Angie. H-Town, baby.
What are you ready for? Are you ready for like marriage?
I wouldn't say that I'm dating for marriage.
What would you say?
I would say I'm dating to get to know someone and get to know if we could take it to that next step.
Dating with intention?
Well, the intention is to get to know them.
Do you want to be married?
Whoa.
You think long, you think wrong.
I mean, we can use all of these fancy sayings, but y'all know where the man stands. You know at this point in time what he is and isn't going to do. And it looks like he's not going to be forced into something. It looks like, hey, I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to look at this with a critical eye. And my eye for these things is going to be very critical. It's going to be extremely critical. What you guys got going on, it seems like, is a little committee where y'all are asking him questions. Oh, we're going to grill him today. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to really hem him up and force him to answer. No, you're not. You're not force him to answer anything. He's going to be where he's going to be, but let's keep watching.
Well, I want to be married, but I'm definitely not going to force to be married.
No, and I don't think you should.
So
my hesitation is this. Donna does want to have kids. I mean, you can't really put a timeline on it, but it's kind of a timeline on it.
I don't mind having more children.
You don't mind having more children?
No, I don't mind. I could not have them as well, and it wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
So
you're open to the thought. Yeah.
I can't help that I met Donna at this time. I wish that it was a different time, but it's not. It's today. I can't fast forward or move quicker in what I think that I need because of what her timeline is. It doesn't work like that. My pace is my pace, no matter who I'm speaking with.
Bingo. And most men already came to that conclusion. Most men already knew where he was going. What y'all try to do, and I'm reading the caption now, it says you don't control the timeline because you ignore the clock. And that's what they're trying to do. We're going to get a committee together. We're going to go on shows like this. We're going to get on dating apps. We're going to hire dating coaches, matchmakers. We're going to go through to singles events. We're going to get referred from a friend of a friend of a friend to this man. And we're going to go out on these dates and we're going to try to make it as positive as possible and do all these things. And at the end of it, we're not going to find a man because we're trying to rush. We're trying to make that man fit into the box that we want. Some of us are actually going to get a ring and get married. But then in a certain period of time, we're going to get divorced because we didn't actually take the time to think if he actually aligned with our values. And then we're going to have a divorce party. We're going to say it's the man's fault. He misled me. He did X, Y, and Z, knowing darn well we were a party to this. This is what we wanted. We blew through everything when we should have been looking in our 20s, maybe even early 30s, late 20s. We decided we was going to wait until we was 40 to start looking. I'm a high-powered, successful attorney. I've got the Bentley. I've got the mansion. And now I'm looking for a man. And I can't find one to suit my needs. Guess what? The man that you should have talked to, that you should have been with today, that you would have built your mansion and your Bentley with, that you threw to the side, he's not married. He's married. He got kids, and entire family. While you were building whatever it is you're building, his kids are going to high school. Going to high school, he's almost done. And by the way, he might not have a Bentley like you. He might not have a mansion like you, but he don't need one. He got a 5'3" in a nice suburban neighborhood. He drives a Beamer. His wife drives a Mercedes. They're pillars in their community. He's got integrity. His wife is very supportive, loves him, takes care of the children together. Perfect life. Is everything honky-dory? No. Do they have problems they got to work through? Absolutely. But he was able to achieve pretty much everything that you're trying to achieve. And now you're on shows like Ready to Love, wishing you'd have been with him and stayed with him instead of saying, no, he just ain't going where I'm going. He just ain't going to be who I need him to be in the time that I need him to be. Deuce.
After 33, he get 1 year.
I ain't mad at
of
that.
living with each other, though.
Okay.
They gotta live with each other. 1 year,
Okay.
he got to make a decision.
I feel you on that. I'm not mad at that.
I think that's what it should be.
But do you think men respond well to ultimatums? Because that's kind of like an
All right,
ultimatum.
well, I got to do something else. Because like you just said, 5 years go by?
Yeah.
Well, 6 years go by, but then check this out now.
Mhm.
Say like you together 3, 4, 5 years. Why jump? Because we good right now, right? We good? Is everything good?
No, it's not.
Why not?
I mean, everything. If I want to be married and I'm not,
Then it's
hell
not
no.
good.
Yeah.
I'm 43, got mad at my wife who's 39 after she answered my hypothetical question and I did not like her answer.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Okay. Background. I work. She does not. I make more than $200,000 a year, so she doesn't really have to work. However, she came into the marriage with over $40,000 in credit card debt, so I simply asked her to get a job just to pay off her credit cards, and then she could quit. As she was browsing job posts yesterday, she came across one where the upper end of the salary range was over $300,000 a year, and she joked that she might just be making more than me, maybe thinking that I would be insecure about it. On the contrary, I told her that I would love that because we could split the bills. She immediately said, no. I thought she was joking, but she was not. I was caught off guard and pressed her on it and asked if she would really not contribute if she was making more than me. She said she would contribute, but took issue with it being 50-50, saying she would never do that, even if she made more money than me. Keep in mind, this is all hypothetical and it's very unlikely that she would make more than me, but it still bothered me and it turned into a little mini fight. I decided to drop it, but I woke up this morning and it's still kind of bothering me. Is it stupid for me to be this upset about a hypothetical situation that is unlikely to ever happen?
No. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. She is now showing you who she is. Because she meant what she said.
Okay.
Basically what she said is, it don't matter how much she made. She don't mind helping you out when you need a little something, but she expects to be taken care of.
Well, because
now,
she wants to keep you motivated.
Okay, woman. If that's what you signed up for, then cool. But I don't think he realized that's who he had.
But like he said, it doesn't matter. He's just
clearly it matters.
No,
he's bothered.
but he said that he's just a little taken back as to if you mean to tell me if we're both bringing in $500,000 a year and $300,000 of that is what you carrying, you still don't think we should be paying bills 50-50?
Well, I don't think it should be a 50-50. I think if y'all bringing in $500,000 together, it should just be one bank account together.
And just that's
That's not 50-50.
It's still kind of splitting
No,
everything.
because
you mean you're just paying everything out of the pot.
Out of the pot.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guarantee you, she gonna spend more than he spend.
And that's probably what she's thinking. That's why she was like, I would never do 50-50. It wouldn't keep you motivated. That's probably what I bet you that's what she's thinking.
Ma'am, I'm not motivated to keep you happy.
I'm motivated for you to continue to better yourself.
My only motivation is to keep a roof over your head and keep the one upstairs happy.
Okay, but that helps you. That helps motivate you.
I am your happiness.
First of all, no, you're.
I see where you're coming from, but I think you might need to be careful with hypotheticals. I think you need to be careful with the hypotheticals because we're talking about something that's probably never going to happen in that situation. But I do see why you would want to have a conversation about it, right? So basically, she's expecting, like they were saying, to be taken care of. Well, I'm in the traditional mindset that my man pays the bills. No matter how much I'm making, he does the fundamentals. He's the foundation, right? So now we have to ask, okay, what is she doing in the house? Is she cooking and cleaning? Is she taking care of the house? Do they have children? Is she taking care of the children all day? Those are the questions that we have to start to ask before we say definitively, oh, she's playing games. Even at $300,000, you still want me to pay all of the bills? You still want it to come out of my account? What are you going to be doing with your $300,000? The question needs to be at this point in time, what is she already doing right now?
This might be the most toxic thing I've ever said. You know what? I don't care. Feel free to judge me, but sometimes I miss getting cheated on. Like, it's about that feeling. Like, you ever went through a nigga phone and felt like you had to take because like your stomach get the bubble guts? Like, ooh. Like, sometimes I want somebody to come to me as a woman. Like, what you mean? Like, what you talk? Like, it's this feeling that you get. Like, I miss crying. Like, that deep down cry. Like, why you did this to me?
Oh my gosh. For me, I know it's kind of weird for you to call yourself a good man, you know, but bear with me here. But I just can't take a woman down through there like that. I can't, you know, and I blame it on being raised by a single mother, you know, and she used to tell me all the things, do this, do that, do this, do that. And, you know, that's how I was raised, to respect women. So and plus all that crying and whining and questioning and accusing and all that stuff, that's annoying. So I just want to be like everything to be, just all good, you know, copacetic. Like that's all I want. Like, but as you can see, they like getting taken down through there. They love it. It's a fun. It's like a little episode of reality TV. That's probably what it is. They watch too much reality TV.
You know, maybe she had a change of heart. Maybe she's got a different ideology, right? But yeah, this is definitely weird for you to know that your husband said that, your late husband said that, and then probably one of the first people that you bring is Nicki Minaj. There's nobody else that you could have thought of. I mean, in the same year, you didn't even wait until down the road. Like, say, for instance, Donald Trump is going out of office, so you're trying to get another Republican elected. Let's bring on Nicki Minaj to get more of the black vote. I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying with the way of thinking. A few months later, after this man has passed, you bring on Nicki Minaj, who he doesn't think is a great role model. These women are doing questionable things, man.
This is quite a meltdown, right? Ooh, someone lost their mind.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a f***ing roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury.
you're 25 years old, you're young, right? The way that you get yourself, you want to line yourself up for marriage, for children, for all these things that you say you want. It's not by building a roster. It's not by racking up a body count. It's not by doing hookup culture. That's not getting you anywhere. The only thing as a female that's going to get you actually is you're going to get a lot of guys who ultimately won't want you. You are going to X yourself out of a lot of good guys.
Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful.
Thank you. First of all, I've been a boy mom my whole life. And I never boy mom like that. No comments were ever made like that to me. And listen, that was not something that was normal communication. First of all, your son should not be making a comment like that, and you should not be responding, thank you. You could tell that's something normal, but see, that is grooming. And it's so crazy because it's probably a lot of people around him that see it and ain't saying nothing. That's not okay. That's not normal. That's not your man. That's your child. I mean, what's wrong with your mindset that you are accepting those type of compliments from your child? Are you cool? You can't be cool. That is disgusting on every level of disgusting. That is not, oh, boy mom hit different, baby. Us real boy moms out here, that ain't no boy mom. That don't even got nothing to do with being a boy mom. You doing something different over there with your child, and it's weird and it's disgusting, but what do y'all think?
So everybody put your hands in the air. It's an all-night party that we're getting into.
What's wrong with me molding my wife to please me?
She's not a seasoned woman.
We don't want that.
Know already.
We don't want that.
Those younger women, those girls don't know themselves already. Men want those women because they're able to mold them. Absolutely. And you can teach them and tell them what to do and how to do it, when to do it, and what to do.
No.
With us older women, we've been there, done that. We already know ourselves.
We don't want women that we have to battle your past for. If I get me a younger woman with less experience, why can't a alpha man mold his wife to be that wife to make him happy? This is why we date younger women. They don't have those experiences, those trauma-ass decisions that you've been through your whole life that's keeping your guard up from me. Because I hate the notion that women always try to make it seem like men are semi-predators because we want a pure woman. This is what we want. Y'all can't get mad at us for wanting what we want.
If a woman was a man for a day, they always talk about how many women they would sleep with. If you want to be honest, most of y'all ain't getting no hoes. Out the gate, the majority of y'all are under 6 feet. That's right. If you're a 5'3" woman, you're a 5'3" man. A lot of short women already have Napoleon complexes. That's going to transfer over to being a man now. Even if you happen to be a woman that's 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", you still ain't getting no hoes. Them height requirements coming back to haunt you now, aren't they? Even if the man version of you tried to holler at the woman version of you, you wouldn't even date yourself. And I ain't gonna lie. That brings happiness and joy to my heart. So here's what you're gonna really do if you were a man for a day. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look down at yourself and be like, am I a dry rubber or not? If you're not a dry rubber, you're gonna drive yourself to Target. You're gonna walk in and you're not gonna grab a cart, and you're gonna walk straight to aisle B30 and grab your favorite moisturizer. That's right. That's all you're going to buy, because as a man, we don't get distracted when we go into Target and buy a whole bunch of other things. Then you're going to drive home, put on your favorite movie, have a little fun with yourself, and fall asleep. That'll be your day as a man.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be like cool first? Like, don't.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
Just stop talking. Stop talking. You said it exactly right there. If they're good looking. If they're good. Well, a lot of guys are coming up to you. And y'all are still in between saying the same thing, which is the reason why people ain't coming up to you. Well, if he's good looking, how would a man know that he's good looking to you? How would he even, what's going to tell him? Yep, she thinks I'm good looking. Y'all don't want nothing bad. Y'all don't want anything negative. And when I say bad, I mean, well, I didn't really like him. He wasn't really my cup of tea, but, you know, he came up to me and he spoke to me. Y'all don't want that. Y'all want the man of your dreams to come riding on a white horse to scoop you up and whisk you away. Get real.
If I were to change any rule, I will adopt the law in Germany regarding spousal support, which states like the spouse is obligated to, regardless of the length of the marriage, is obligated to pay a year or two in spousal support, and therefore the obligation is gone. The beauty about it is the German government will take care of this person if they cannot provide for himself or herself. United States doesn't do that. So they want a private citizen to take care of another private citizen. They don't want public funds to go and support a divorcing couple. So yeah, I would change that. I think people will get married a lot more if we change this rule.
And why'd you pop? No offense, you just look like somebody crackhead uncle that be working on cars.
Like you eat donuts all the time.
Damn! I mean, I probably do, because I got money too. You don't look like you really got much, so. Yeah.
I can't tell from them dirty ass shoes you got.
And I mean, like, he was just real sassy, so.
Need some lotion.
Our shoes cost more than them Jordans.
You need some
have
lotion
on.
or some butter. You was ashy.
1 in 4 men in their lifetime will become the victim of some form of physical violence at the hands of a partner. 1 in 4 men. The actual statistic is 28.5% of men will become a statistic, will become a victim. And yet we have 1 or 2 domestic violence shelters for men. We have limited resources for men. When a man has to escape a domestic violence situation, there is nowhere for him to turn. I hear so many men say they stay in these abusive situations because they don't want to leave their children, because they don't have a place to go, because they know the courts will still allow their children to stay with that abusive woman. 1 in 4 men are victims that are being silenced by a society that doesn't want to recognize, because men are biologically stronger, that they can be victims. 1 in 4 men become survivors in a world that doesn't want to heal their trauma, in a world that doesn't want to see their trauma. 1 in 4 men are victims too.
Chat, listen to me. Girls, they don't want solutions. They don't want solutions, all right? They don't want solutions. They don't want solutions. They only want their feelings validated. For example, if she cracked the plastic on her side mirror of her car, right? And she's calling you on the phone, sobbing like, oh, I just cracked my side mirror. It's the end of the world. Oh my God. See, to men, we would just say, babe, we can order another one on eBay for $70 and pop that shit right back on. It's not a big deal. They do not want to hear that. They do not want to hear solutions. What you say is, babe, man, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. This man, I know this must be tough. I really know this must be tough on you. Like, I'm so sorry that you're having the worst day of all time today. I'm right there with you, babe. I'm so upset. That's what you do. You don't give her solutions. That's gonna piss her off. And this is why it's just good to be single, because nobody got time to be walking around not thinking with logic. I don't want to deal with your goddamn emotions that can be fixed in a snap of a finger. I don't want to be delusional. I don't want to walk around being delusional.
I'm the asshole for quitting a date on the spot.
Oh, probably not. Let's get into it.
Okay, I'm a 32 and I was on my first date with a 27-year-old woman. It was dinner at a patio-style restaurant and it was going well. I didn't like that she had put her phone on the table as soon as we arrived, but she wasn't checking on it, so I just said, whatever. The issue was drinks and appetizers arrived, and I moved her phone to give the waitress some space.
Okay.
The recording app was running.
All right.
And I reacted in shock. Why the are you recording this? Then I stood up, paid for the meal, and I went home. She's now calling me an asshole and an abuser over social media. Her main point is that I left her there when we obviously talked about me giving her a ride back home after the date. And also rude as hell for raising my voice and using swear words, which, okay, I did, but it was a shocking experience. And I really think it was a natural reaction. But am I the asshole?
I don't know about this one.
Why?
Okay, because maybe she was recording for her safety.
She was in a public place.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, but if she was genuinely recording for her safety,
she wouldn't have gotten
I would have just said, "Hey, I hope you don't mind, but I'm recording."
Right. Now,
just to let you know, because I need to be safe.
I will say this: I don't think he an asshole for leaving, because I would have left too.
Yeah,
and he still paid.
Yeah, he paid for the food and then he left.
So you can get your Uber home.
Yeah,
and ma'am, how did he abuse you? Because you had to just spend some money on the Uber?
Yeah. Well, because he was her ride, and then she had to figure out other things.
You know what?
I mean, me personally,
all I know is every time I hear stories like this, I'm like, man, I'm happy I'm married.
Right.
Because what these single people be going through, Lord knows I don't want to do
Look, it's not worth it.
At all.
I can't
what
say
Carl
that it's
Thomas
worth
say? At all.
What does he say?
At all.
Well, this is what they do when people call them out and hold them accountable for stuff that they should not be doing. They call them sort of things to kind of alarm everybody around them, even if it's not true. They do it because they're mad. They do it because they're emotional. And you honestly were recording this man. Really, you were kind of invading his privacy. He didn't even know that you were recording. He didn't even do anything wrong. I could see if he was doing weird stuff from the time that y'all got there. He said, let me go ahead and start recording, because he kind of weird. But he wasn't doing any of that. He was just having the date and moving everything, and he found out that you're recording. And instead of apologizing or saying, oh, I'm sorry, I was doing content, I like to do content, this and that, you're making content and he doesn't know about it, and he's a part of the content. And this is why when you post things or you record things and you make a social media account, the man finds out about it, then all of a sudden you wonder why he goes, or he immediately says, hey, I had a great time, but I think we're going in 2 different directions. And you thought the date went great because you violated a boundary, and he decided, maybe not.
There's one thing I never take lightly is someone that intentionally puts my life in danger. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm sorry. That was tough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was fucked up. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry. Pull over. I'm sorry. That was really bad. I'm sorry. That was really bad. I'm sorry. Really bad. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Are you calling the cops on me?
All right. So for those of you that don't understand what just happened in that clip, there's a couple in the car. The girlfriend decided to pull the steering wheel while they're going 60 plus miles an hour on the freeway, pulling it hard enough for the car to go into a partial tailspin. Now, shout out to that man, because the way he gained control over that car was nothing short of impressive. And the reason it was is because he didn't even know this was going to happen. Now, I know what you're wondering. Why would she even do that? They had some sort of domestic dispute between the two of them. I think he ended the relationship, and this was her way of getting back at him for what he said, I guess. Now that we got those details out of the way, ladies, flip it. Imagine if it was a man that did that to a woman while she was driving. Because I don't think people understand the severity of the situation. She almost ended both of their lives over him ending the relationship. All caught on camera, just for her to apologize repeatedly and then say, oh, are you going to call the cops on me? Yes. He better than me. I would have dropped her ass on the side of the highway, but at that point, you're nothing to me. This bothers me as much as it does, because we talk about a lot of the horrific that happens within relationships, and it's easy to put men on the front page of it all and say men are so horrible in relationships because they do X, Y, and Z towards women. But we don't spend enough time understanding what women do to men. And one of the biggest problems is we don't actually believe it until it's caught on camera. Because a lot of what they do to us is not something you can actually see. It's not like, oh, you got a bruise or a cut. Oh, yeah, we know that person did that to you. Versus, I'm on the highway. She pulled the car steering wheel and we almost crashed. She almost ended both of our lives. That shit me up mentally, because now I got PTSD from that one moment. You can verbalize that, but can't no one actually see the mental strain that moment has on you? And so in turn, because people can't actually see the mental strain that it has on you, they believe it's not happening. which in turn supports the idea that women aren't emotionally, physically, mentally, and even sometimes spiritually abusive towards the men that they are in a relationship with. I say all that to say, fellas, if you are ever in a relationship with a woman that puts your life in danger in any fashion, leave her immediately. And depending on what she did and how she did it, you might have to go to the extent of getting a restraining order. Blocking her on everything entirely. You want no contact with the woman that intentionally put your life in danger. Never ever take a threat to your life lightly. It's your life to live. Yeah, keep the change.
I think a lot of guys would say I would have dropped her off on the side of the road, but a lot of dudes wouldn't because they don't want that on their conscience. A lot of guys, they would probably take her home or try to get her somewhere safe. That's why you see him speeding up. I'm trying to get the heck up out of Dodge. I'm trying to get you to where you need to go before you start acting stupid again. Basically, yes, I am calling the cops. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop you off by the police station. Hey, officer, I would like to file a report. I'd like to report a crime. This woman just tried to take over my steering wheel. I have the dash cam evidence, and we sit right there, you and I, and we'd go over that footage. Period. End of story. This is not the way that you act. We continue to tell these modern women are out here doing crazy stuff too, but they don't want to hear it. Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not.
It's fun to stay at the
Father is fighting for his life, for his child, and he shares a story that many other fathers all around the world share, which is going from being a loving, active father to not being able to be there anymore because the mom has made false allegations, because she's alienating, because she can't control you anymore, so therefore she has to take away your child. Pretty extreme, pretty awful, right? If men were allowed to do that to women, which they used to, by the way, that would be abolished, just like how we abolished it. Oh yeah, did you know that back in the day, if the husband didn't want the children, he had the executive say to send those children away. Orphanages, churches, whoever would take them, the father could say no. And women were like, that is so unfair. You are stripping this child from me, and we changed that. But then we made it so that we can do it to men. The system is extremely broken. Fathers deserve to have their children. They shouldn't have to pay for their children. They shouldn't have to fight in court. It's their God-given right. As long as they are safe and active, who the hell are you? What women don't realize is that their children are going to grow up and hate them. Because children know. They know who the toxic parent is.
See, the truth is, if you want to lose a woman in this generation, all you got to do is care about her. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is not sleep around. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is be husband material. All you have to do is not play games. Be a straight up guy. If you want to lose a woman, communicate. Yeah, communicate. Communicate and communicate well. If you want to lose a woman, show her off. You feel what I'm saying? Show her loyalty. Yeah, if you want to lose a woman, yeah, be kind. Be a good guy. Be a nice guy. You know, in this generation, if you want to lose a woman, show her you want her and want her only. All right? And finally, if you want to lose a woman in this generation, be a gentleman. That's all you got to do. Free game.